Good to have you.
Good to be here.
In your opinion, more positives or negatives from that Lakers win last night?
Well, obviously there were a lot of negatives. I mean, their defense,
Yeah.
up and down. 21 points they allow in the first quarter, 22 in the third, but then 38 in the second, 32 in the fourth. So the defense was entirely up and down. Obviously, you gave up a big lead a few times.
Yes.
But then down the stretch, and, it was just ugly down the stretch. However, having covered the NBA for almost 25 years now, I have learned that a win is a win. And especially in the Western Conference, where at the end of the season, it could be 2 or 3 games that separate you from the 9th seed out of the playoffs and the 4th seed home court advantage. And a young team that needed a win, that had been struggling, coming together. So I think overall, just getting the win was a big positive. And the three-point shooting, that's what this team's main weakness was supposed to be. Last night, they obviously shot it great, 10 for 17, 59%. And the thing is, over the last 6 games, they have shot it well. They've been 38.6% from 3 over the last 6 games, which is 6th best in the league.
Thanks to Lonzo at 41%.
Hey, I'll give Lonzo his credit. I agree. And so the fact that they shot well from the 3, the fact that they did end up winning the game, and I think Luka alluded to it after the game, that we didn't just want to run through LeBron at the end of the game. We wanted to get some of the young guys involved and work that out. I think those are positives that outweigh the negatives. Look, they look like a typical LeBron James team when he first gets there. I thought it might be different this time, but it's not. When he went to Miami, it looked bad. When he went to Cleveland, it looked bad because it takes time to adjust to LeBron. And then this team, they have it even worse because they really are trying to do 2 things that I don't know that those 2 things go together. They're trying to find out what young guys are keepers, who can play with LeBron. Can Lonzo play with LeBron? Is Ingram a 2nd or 3rd star? What's Kuzma? How all these guys fit around LeBron for the future. But then they're trying to win now to some degree. Get to the playoffs, maybe. Yeah, make a run. That's why they brought in the vets, Rondo, Lance Stevenson. And I don't know that those 2 things go together.
They don't.
And so that's why they look so disjointed at times and like almost 2 separate teams.
I was slightly discouraged because they had a 17-point lead in the first quarter. They had a 14-point lead in the fourth with 4 minutes to go. And now with 12, 13 seconds on the clock, you're in a tie ball game. The Mavericks, look, they're NBA players and they have a few good players. But LeBron should have played about 25 to 30 minutes last night and been on the bench the fourth quarter. That's what should have happened. But you get careless with the basketball. You don't play defense. And that's what happens. If you don't play defense, the last thing you can do is turn the ball over. Because not only are you giving up layups and threes, on the other end, you're not even getting possession. You're not even getting cracks at the rim on your own possessions. So the next thing you know, a 17-point lead, you got careless with the ball. They hit 1 3, 2 threes, layup, and now all of a sudden, boom, here we are. You've made it a ball game, or you let them make a ball game. You've given them confidence. Luke he's going to have to come up with a lineup. He's going to have to come up with a rotation, and he's going to have to feel comfortable. Right now,
stick with it.
Right now, he's what my grandfather used to say, he's stepping on lips. Because he looked down the sideline, he want to point to a guy, and the guy got his lips stuck out because he ain't played but 3 minutes, or he ain't played but 5 minutes. You're trying to please or appease too many guys, Skip, and you're upsetting a lot of other guys. Josh Hart does not look the same player coming off the bench as he did when he was starting. Lonzo, you take him out the last 4 minutes of this first quarter, and you don't play him the first 4 minutes of the second quarter. Hell, I'm cold. And I'm in my house in my pajamas, so I can imagine him sitting in a big old arena. Man, let the man get a rhythm. You need to find out. What you need to find out, we know what Rondo is.
You watch games in your pajamas?
My LeBron.
You're LeBron.
I got my
Oh,
LeBron.
for that. For good luck.
And my slippers. You know the
got
slippers you got?
LeBron's-
Yeah, you got
LeBron's
me.
face on
Yeah, my slippers. They wouldn't let me wear them in the commercial. Say they couldn't get the.
Post that on Instagram. please.
I'm not going to do it.
Why not?
I'm not going to do it, Skip Bayless. I don't post personal stuff on my IG. But anyway, as I was saying.
Doubtful. Okay.
As I was saying. But I was more discouraged than I was encouraged, because if you struggling to put away the Mavericks, Everybody else, I mean, Sacramento's better this year.
Yes.
Everybody in the Western Conference is better this year. So if you struggle putting them guys away, the likelihood of you getting a 17-point lead on the Warriors or any of these good teams, so you're going to be struggling for a long, long time. So I just needed, I was disappointed in what I saw last night. Happy with the win, but disappointed how we ended up getting there.
So, first of all, I would like to publicly congratulate LeBron James for making the second free throw after choking the first one.
He didn't choke.
He choked because it was almost an air ball. It barely grazed the front of the rim. And I thought it took great guts to step back up there and make the one that had to be made to avoid overtime. Yeah. Now, you do have the safety net of overtime. It's not a do-or-die free throw, but he made it, and he made it almost. He almost swished it. It just clipped a little bit of the back iron, but it was still. He shot it with conviction, and I was impressed.
I wanted to
not
miss
that it. Not that easy after that. Well, you
I wanted to miss it to go to overtime so he could go off in overtime for 15.
Well, that brings me to my other issue with last night's game, because I'm not sure he would have been allowed to go off for 15 because the coach took the basketball out of LeBron's hands on 3 straight possessions with under a minute left in the game. And I was dumbfounded watching because LeBron kept trotting over like Lonzo did last year to the offside, to the weak side, and standing and watching. And I'm saying, King, go get the basketball. This is your game. You got to close this. I told you they had 5 winnable games that they had lost before, and I kept waiting for LeBron to close it, and he either couldn't or wouldn't. Is he trying to find out who can close? He's the best player on the team, like, by far. This is the first time in his career there's no second star, there's no co-star, there's no third star. It's kids and cast-offs. And again, if you think they're going to be viable and you guys think, you got them 3rd seed and it's like 3rd or 4th seed? Yeah. Well, these are the games you got to make sure you win in the Western Conference.
But I look at it like this, Skip. When we first started this show, you used to lead the discussion. But you had to get comfortable to be able to let me lead. So you took off. You like, I'm going. I'm going to go. And now, guess what?
No, I let you go so I can close the deal.
No. And so now, you like, I feel comfortable. O'Shea going to do his job. So you sit back and like, you feel good. That's what Luke's trying to do.
Okay.
So on 3 straight possessions, Luke did this. Could we hear Luke's sound from after the game last night? How he framed this? Okay, so is winning no longer the priority this year? You're going to experiment in a real game, and it's not 1 possession. It was 3 straight because the play gets called for Brandon the first time, and he gets fouled and goes to the line, and he missed the first one and made the second one. These are all crucial free throws, obviously, so they're partly to blame, too. Then the next time down, he just flat out travels. His feet went out from under him. He traveled with the basketball. Bad turnover in a crucial moment.
Right.
Next time down, Kuzma winds up with the ball. I think the play was called for him, and he got fouled, and he missed the first free throw and made the second one. 3 trips in which the best player on the planet, according to you and you, he just stood over on the side basically with his hands on his hips and watched. And I was just like, what is happening here? Is LeBron going to be okay with this? Is he going to be offended by it? Is he going to be angry about it? Did he bless this before the game?
Long term. We look at long-term, Skip, baby.
I know, but these count.
Well, I think they were thinking they wouldn't have done this against Utah or Golden State or Houston or whoever. But I think they felt like
for Dallas?
I think they felt we could do this against that. One, we had a big enough lead. We can do it against Dallas, and it almost backfired.
Backfired.
Look, LeBron's played like this way his whole career. But there's a part of me sometimes that would like to see him say, I'm either the point guard for 40 minutes, right? I'm the point guard.
Yeah.
I'm the Magic Johnson. I'm not a small forward. I'm a point guard. Or I'm off the ball for 40 minutes. Like, I think it's tough to adjust to. And then I think at times he gets involved, at times. But most of the time when LeBron's not on the ball, he just almost takes the play off and stands on the wing and kind of chill.
We want to see that.
Right. And now at times when he gets on the elbow, he'll make a great pass.
I agree, and he made some last night.
Yeah, when he's off the ball, I would like to see maybe some movement. I mean, maybe it's too much to ask 16
but
to be moving a lot. But he can't just stand there. At least be a decoy.
Right. Go ahead.
He was born to have the basketball in his hands. He's still the best passer in the whole game. And I love to watch them. Even earlier in the fourth quarter, he was orchestrating. He belongs there.
But he doesn't want to do it all the time.
But why not?
He's always, even in Miami, I talked to him right when he got there, and he was kind of playing point guard. I don't want to be a point guard. Like, he wants to play it some of the time, probably because he can do so many things.
Right.
He doesn't just want to limit himself.
What was the greatest stretch of his career? Is when he lost Kyrie and Kevin Love in the first finals against Golden State. He just took the games over. Right. Oh, it was spectacular.
But the thing is a blessing and a curse. When you have so many guys that can initiate offense, if you notice, when LeBron say, give me the ball, ain't nobody passing the ball. Lance bringing the ball up, Kuzma bringing the ball up, Ingram bringing the ball up.
Rondo.
The only guy that will give him the ball up is Lonzo.
He will.
If you watch these games, all the rest of the guys, I don't need Bron to make no play. I can make my own plays. But old Lonzo
they brought in them dogs, man.
I want Lonzo. I'm Team Lonzo now.
Good.
Is he? Okay, Chris, thank you.